My name is Megan, I'm 44. And I'm the mom of a 9-year-old named Ava. I'm not new to standing up for my kid, but I wasn't prepared for the lesson that landed in our laps at a simple family barbecue. Every summer, my parents throw a 4th of July bash. String lights over the fence, folding tables with bowls of pasta salad and watermelon, coolers packed with sparklers and soda. We'd barely set down the fruit tray when Ava, in her red sneakers and 2 neat Dutch braids, sprinted toward the trampoline like it was her job. She'd been growing her hair all year for recital season and insisted on no trims, please. I told her she was in charge of her hair. And we meant it. My parents, Nana and Pop to the kids, held court by the grill. My older cousin Tyler was there too with his new girlfriend, Brielle. I'd met her twice. She was all shiny teeth and influencer energy. Ring light peeking out of a tote bag. A habit of turning every moment into content. She worked at a boutique salon part-time and talked about building her brand. I didn't think much of it. Halfway through the afternoon, after the flag cake and before the fireworks, I realized I hadn't seen Ava for a while. The yard was loud. Cornhole thunks, Pop's classic rock playlist, little kids zooming with glow sticks, but not Ava's laugh. That bothered me. Hey, anyone see Ava? I asked the cluster by the grill. Upstairs, I think, Tyler called. Brielle set up a little makeover station for the kids. It's cute. Makeover station. A phrase that should be harmless, except my stomach did a slow flip. I headed inside. At the top of the stairs down the hall to the spare room, a bright triangle of light cut across the carpet. Brielle's ring light. My heart did that thing where it doesn't pound so much as it holds its breath. I turned the corner and saw it. Ava on a folding chair, a towel draped over her shoulders. Her braids had been taken out, and a narrow buzzed path had been carved in a clean line above the nape of her neck. The clippers in Brielle's hand buzzed like a wasp. A phone was propped on a little tripod, camera red dot blinking. Hey, I said, stepping in, my voice even but sharp at the edges. What's happening? Brielle beamed like I'd joined a game. Just doing a tiny undercut, super trendy. It's a vibe for summer. Chill, Mom. It's for the Cool Mom, Cooler Kids challenge. I said I didn't want to, Ava said, voice shaking. Her eyes were shiny, holding back tears like a dam about to crack. I moved to her, clicked the clippers off and stood between her and the phone. We're done, I said. Ava, you okay? She nodded, then shook her head. Then looked at the little mirror and burst into tears. It's really not a big deal, Brielle said, that upbeat tone edged with annoyance. It'll grow back. Hidden undercut. Hardly noticeable. People love these before and afters. We're literally helping her go viral. We don't need viral, I said. We need consent. Did you ask me? Did you ask her? She said she wasn't sure, Brielle said. Kind of a yes. And you weren't around, so I figured. There's no such thing as kind of a yes, I said. A no is a no. Tyler appeared in the doorway, taking in the scene. What's going on? Your girlfriend buzzed our kid's hair for content, I said. Without permission. It's a trend, Brielle muttered. Everyone loosens up at a cookout. I wrapped the towel tighter around Ava, powered down the ring light, and moved the phone off its tripod. I didn't throw anything or raise my voice. I just looked straight at Brielle and said, delete the video. Now. And empty your trash in your cloud. I want proof. Oh my God, she said, half laughing, half offended. You're being intense. It's literally hair. It's my child, I said. In the bathroom, I checked Ava's neck, one tiny nick. A small patch buzzed to the skin, the rest still long. The line was shock bright where her tan stopped and pale scalp began. I dabbed a bit of ointment and put a soft cotton tee under the towel so stray hair wouldn't itch. I hate it, she said. I told her I didn't want to. I'm sorry I wasn't there, I said into her hair. You did nothing wrong. We're going to fix what we can and protect you from the rest. We left the party. I hugged my mom in the kitchen and said, we'll talk tomorrow. and saw questions flood her face. I didn't stay to answer them. In the car, Ava touched the buzzed line gingerly. "It feels like sand," she said, a little dazed. Then, catching her reflection in the window, she winced. "Do I look weird?" "You look like you," I said. "Who is not her hair?" And what happened was not okay. At home we washed the back of her head so the cut hairs wouldn't itch. I showed her a few beanies and baseball caps from our winter bin. She picked a navy cap, pulled it low and crawled into my lap like she was 6 again. I documented the basics: time, place, names, what was said. Not because I wanted more drama, but because chaos fogs memories later and I've learned clarity is mercy. I wrote exactly what Ava had said. I said I didn't want to. I took 2 photos of the shave strip and one of the tiny nick, dated them, then put my phone face down. My ex Ryan called for our usual Sunday check-in. He lives 2 hours away, but he's consistent: Sunday calls, 1 weekend on, 1 off. I told him what happened. There was a pause and then, "I'm on my way," he said. "Do you need me tonight?" "You don't have to drive," I said. "Come tomorrow." "But thank you." "Text me the names," he said, his voice tight. "And tell Ava I love her." I sent a message to our family chat. Today at the barbecue, a guest used clippers on Ava's hair without her consent or mine and filmed it for social media. Not acceptable. Please delete and do not share any photos/videos. Moving forward, Brielle is not to be alone with Ava. We'll be focusing on Ava's well-being. Responses trickled in. My dad with an "I'm so sorry." My Aunt Denise with "Tell Ava I'm bringing her the softest hats tomorrow." Tyler with Brielle says she deleted. Nothing from my mom yet. A minute later, a text from an unknown number. "Hey, it's Bri. You're blowing this way out of proportion. It was fun. People loved it." I typed and deleted 3 replies before settling on. "This isn't a debate." Ava said no. Do not contact her. Send me confirmation that the video and any copies/backups have been deleted. If any of this appears online, I'll take legal action. 3 dots. Then nothing. I didn't sleep much. Ava finally did. Her cap pulled down over her eyes. Every time I closed mine, I saw that pale stripe and heard the cheerful hum of clippers over a child's no. In the morning, I emailed Ava's teacher, Mrs. Nguyen, and the school counselor, Ms. Alvarez. "Hi, heads up before tomorrow. At a family event, a guest cut some of Ava's hair without consent and filmed it. We had it cleaned up, but she's anxious about comments. We're practicing a script. A family friend cut my hair without permission. I'm okay and it will grow back. I don't want to talk about it. We'd appreciate support in redirecting questions and watching for teasing. Thank you." They replied quickly, kind and practical. I exhaled. Then I booked a private appointment with a stylist I trust, Ria, who once talked a toddler through a haircut by letting him cut a wig on a mannequin first. I texted her the situation. She offered a quiet room. In the salon's soft-lit back corner, Ria crouched to Ava's eye level. "Do you want to watch? Or do you want to face away from the mirror? Want me to describe each step or go fast? Your choice." "Explain it," Ava said. "And face away." Ria showed her the guard. Let her feel the vibration on her hand first. You get to say stop at any time. 20 minutes later, the harsh line was softened into a neat, intentional undercut that sat like a secret under the hair that still fell to Ava's shoulders. It wasn't what she'd planned for summer, but it looked like a choice again. "It's actually kind of cool," she said, tentative but curious. "It's a superpower," Ria said. "You decide when to show it and when to tuck it away." We left with a satin sleep cap, a tiny bottle of soothing scalp oil, and a little more air in our lungs. On the way home, we stopped for beanies and Ava picked 3. Bright purple, soft gray, and one with tiny stars. That afternoon, my phone buzzed with a DM from a stranger. "I think your kid is in this live?" A link. My stomach pitched. Someone had screen recorded Brielle's stream. The video wasn't the whole thing. Just 15 seconds of Ava in that chair. blinking toward the ring light, the caption bouncing across the bottom. Undercut for summer. Don't freak out, Mom. I put the phone down, breathed, then did the boring hard stuff. Reported the post for depicting a minor being harmed. Messaged the account owner with a cease and desist template a lawyer friend once sent me for a totally different situation. Saved the URL, the timestamp, the username. Called the platform's helpline because I am not above sitting on hold when a kid's dignity is at stake. Then I called Tyler. I asked Brielle to delete it, he said. She said she did. She streamed it, I said. It's already out. People saved it. He swore softly. Okay, I'll talk to her. Not my problem anymore, I said. But your girlfriend filmed a minor without consent while cutting her hair, which is battery under the law in a lot of places. If that video doesn't come down, I'm filing a police report. Actually, I might file one anyway. Silence. Then, I'm sorry, Meg. Be sorry to Ava, I said and hung up. Ryan showed up the next morning with breakfast sandwiches and 2 new baseball caps, one with a sun, one with a small embroidered A. Ava picked the sun and didn't take it off all day. We drove to the police station after school and made a report. Not because I wanted to see anyone in cuffs, but because I wanted a paper trail. The officer we spoke to was calm and respectful. He said unwanted haircutting can be considered battery, especially with a minor, and that recording a minor during something like that might raise other issues. I gave them the basic facts, the screenshots, the URLs, the times. They gave me a case number and told me I could update it if anything else popped up. Ms. Alvarez met with Ava twice that week, then looped in a small lunch group for kids working on confidence. You're allowed to take up space, Ms. Alvarez told them, handing out stickers that said consent counts. Ava put hers on her math notebook. At school, Mrs. Nguyen led a class circle about respecting differences. She didn't point at Ava's cap or mention hair. She talked about the right to say no to a hug or to being filmed or to any touch you don't want. Kids get it when you're honest. There was fallout at home, too. My mom called voice brittle with hostess guilt. I didn't know what was happening, she said. If I had. You didn't, I said. I'm asking you to keep Brielle away from Ava. And from now on, no surprise makeovers at family events. Common sense, but apparently we need to say it. We'll make rules, she said quickly. Only face paint. Only with parent permission. And no cameras, I said. My dad dropped by with flowers for me and a puzzle for Ava. I'm sorry, he said, his voice quiet. I should have checked when you asked where she was. I won't make that mistake again. Aunt Denise, my mom's older sister and the family's conscience, brought a bag of soft knit hats, some she'd made herself. She hugged Ava and said, You get to decide who touches you, period. Anyone who tells you otherwise is confused or wrong. Tyler broke up with Brielle 3 days later. He texted, I told her to take responsibility. She refused. I can't be with someone who hurts a kid and calls it content. I didn't respond beyond a thumbs up. It wasn't my victory to take. Brielle sent a long grudging apology a week after the report. It wasn't perfect, there was a lot of, I didn't think. But buried in the middle was the sentence I needed. Ava said no and I ignored her. I'm sorry. I showed it to Ava. You don't have to respond, I told her. This is for me, not for you. Ava shrugged. I don't want to talk to her, she said, and I said, You don't have to. Ever. Summer rolled forward. We skipped the big reunion and had our own backyard movie night instead with a sheet on the fence and popsicles that stained our lips neon. Ryan came down most weekends. We set a schedule not because court made us but because predictability soothed both of us and, more importantly, Ava. Rhea trimmed Ava's hair at the end of July into a blunt bob that skimmed her jaw. It feels like wind when I run, she said, sprinting up the block in her new sneakers. She decided to keep the undercut for now, and dyed it teal with temporary color one Friday night. I stained my fingers and we laughed until we cried because sometimes you have to dunk your head in joy on purpose. We stuck the case number on the fridge because we're those people now. People who document, who follow up, who don't apologize for protecting their kid. The platform took the stream recording down after enough flags. Someone had stitched it with a, "This is not okay." And even that was removed eventually. Little pieces of it probably still exist on someone's phone. We can't control that. We can control the story inside our house. Ava started a summer zine with her friends called Small But Mighty. The first issue had a page titled, "Things You Can Say When You Want Something to Stop," with boxes to check. "No thanks. I don't like this. I need a grown-up. Turn off the camera." They stapled copies and gave them away at the library. The teen librarian loved it so much she put it on the counter next to the summer reading logs. In August, my mom asked if she could come by to apologize in person. I said yes if she came alone. She did. She sat at our kitchen table, held her coffee like it might float away and said, "I'm sorry I didn't take it seriously fast enough. I'm sorry I care so much about everyone else's good time that I didn't see my granddaughter needed me." She looked like it hurt to say. Maybe it did. I believed her. I also told her our lines. No more "it was just a joke" culture around kids. No filming without permission. And if someone pushes back on that, our answer is goodbye. She nodded. We'll see if it sticks. Boundaries aren't punishments. They're the shape of our love now. If you're watching this on Fireside Life Lessons, here's what I learned and what I want you to walk away with. A kid's no counts the first time, with family, with friends, with influencers, with everyone. If something goes wrong, your first job is care. Comfort, clean up, restore control. Then document. Then set boundaries in writing. You don't have to argue someone into understanding consent. You can simply remove access. You cannot unring a viral bell. But you can teach your child that their dignity isn't negotiable. Not online and not at a barbecue. Ava's hair is past her chin now. She can clip it back or wear it loose, or gather it up and flash the little teal stripe under the back when she wants to feel brave. Sometimes strangers compliment it. Sometimes nobody notices. Either way, it's hers. If you've had to stand up to, "It's just a prank" culture to protect a kid, drop your story below. And if this helped you, subscribe to Fireside Life Lessons. We're building a corner of the internet where fun never comes at a child's expense, and where parents are reminded they don't need permission to say no.